Welcome back now. We do regularly rub shoulders with some big names on Saturday AM, but this morning we're outdoing ourselves. We're up close and personal with Beyonce, Lady Gaga and David Bowie.
Not quite, but this morning we have in studio some of their most iconic pieces of memorabilia, which are currently on display at the 52nd Irish Antique Dealers Fair, which is in the RDS this weekend. And Laurence Carpenter of the Pop Icon stand is here to take us through some of the highlights. Good morning to you, Laurence.
Morning, Laurence.
Good morning, yeah.
We've just stood here and basically asked Laurence about 25 questions in the break.
Yeah.
So can we ask you about your job and your career, first of all? You go and seek out these very unique items.
I do, yeah. That's my full-time job, is to find rare music memorabilia. So costumes worn by Lady Gaga, Madonna, guitars owned and used by Noel Gallagher, Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, people like that.
You're not rooting around in dustbins here, though. Is there a circuit you go around, auctions, or how do you actually get this stuff?
Like I spend a lot of time in LA. Like I'd go to the Grammy Awards every year and try and network with the stylists and designers and record producers, all the people who have a direct connection with the artist. So that's really key, because provenance and authenticity is vitally important, and that's why these are the high end of the market, because they come with 100% proof that they're authentic.
How can you be 100% though?
100%. Well, like for instance, the Eric Clapton guitar was sold directly by Eric Clapton and comes with a signed certificate by Eric Clapton.
Right.
So that, for me, that's 100%. So,
yeah,
but it's
that's as good as you're going to get.
That's as good as you're going to get. Or the Jimmy Page guitar comes with a video footage of Jimmy reading the serial number off the guitar, playing the guitar, and 2 handwritten letters by Jimmy Page. So it's quite rare to get that type of authenticity, but that's what I'm looking for.
And it has to be, because the prices of these things, at those prices, like fakes must be a big issue.
Yeah, there's lots of fake autographs out there. You don't get many kind of fake handwritten lyrics or fake Michael Jackson hats, but like autographs would be things to be wary of. You'd really want to have a picture of the person signing the autograph, otherwise how do you really know it's authentic?
Of course. Well, can we talk through some of the items you've brought along this morning? Because this is, I don't know why I thought antiques auction. It's not an auction. This is for people to buy this weekend at the RDS.
Everything has a price tag, a set price tag, though everything is negotiable at the end of the day. So yeah, so everything has a price tag.
Okay, a guide price.
A guide price.
Okay. Can we talk about the headpiece, which is the first one, which is Beyonce's headpiece that she wore in the Lemonade video?
That's right. Yeah. So this is a really special piece, because it's more of a piece of art than a headpiece. And she had a visual album called Lemonade, and this was worn in that video by Beyonce. And it comes with a letter of provenance from the designer who physically made the headpiece. So you'd get scenarios where the stylist would loan a piece of jewellery or a costume to Beyonce or Rihanna, and then they return it to the stylist. So that's how I get hold of
that. As you say, is a work of art in itself. That would be, you can see that on display in the National Museum.
Exactly.
You know, it's a beautiful piece, but then add the Beyonce factor to it, and what price are you getting to?
The Beyonce factor, multiply the price by 10, because Beyonce wore it. It has a massive effect on the value.
So your price today is €8,000.
Yeah, around €8,000.
Just 8,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah.
The next one is this one right here, the Lady Gaga graffiti corset worn on the cover of Parlour magazine.
Yeah, in 2009. So she wore this just as she was becoming famous, and anything worn on the cover of a magazine is of particular interest to collectors, because they're looking for like video worn costumes, cover worn costumes, or costumes worn on stage. So and because this is from 2009, when she just started off, it's even more appealing.
Something that's iconic from cover of a famous magazine cover. They can say, look, here's an iconic picture, here's the item.
Yeah.
So what are we talking price-wise if you wanted to pick up this?
Lady, it's around €9,000 for the Lady Gaga corset.
Okay, I'm not sure anyone will be able to wear it, because it's so tiny.
Impress your friends on a Saturday. Oh, this old thing. Right, up next we've got David Bowie. Now, it's a factor, I guess, in your line of work that if somebody passes away, items related to them become of huge value. Oh
yeah, significantly. Like within 12 months of somebody passing away, the value would really increase, greatly. But like I was a big fan of David Bowie, and I never got to see him play live, so I'd never wish anybody be passing away anytime soon. So these items would increase in value. But it's just the nature of the market. That's like even in the art world, a piece of art will go
Yeah.
up in value
Of course.
if an artist passed away.
And this is literally a piece of art by David Bowie.
It
Tell us
is,
about it.
yeah. This is a piece. It's just a charcoal drawing by David Bowie of. He had an album called Heroes, and there's a picture on the front of David Bowie. And this is it's a charcoal drawing he did of that picture, and it's signed by Bowie from 1978. And he produced 120 of these lithographs, and he gave them out to journalists and the press at the time to help promote the album.
Wasn't that clever? Wow.
Yeah.
So this is kind of his doodles almost,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. I have about 6 lithographs down at the fair this weekend, and there's various different styles that Bowie would express his artistic skills in, and one of them was painting and drawing. You know, and a lot of people have come to the fair just hadn't got a clue that Bowie was a painter. So
And
it's,
hugely prolific. Despite that, still €6,000 if you wanted to pick.
yeah,
pick up
exactly,
that.
yeah. Well, it's so rare.
But
There's
for
only
someone who,
120.
first of all, is an art fan, a David Bowie fan, a music fan, it's a
Exactly.
huge talking point to
Absolutely.
have in a
Yeah.
house, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
Yeah, it ticks all the boxes, really. It really
Yeah.
does. Who doesn't like David Bowie?
Well,
Yeah.
6,000. I mean, don't get the new kitchen. Just get the David Bowie.
yeah.
I'm not sure you get that
Yeah.
past the wife.
Definitely not. Michael Jackson's hat, distinctive hat there.
This is a black fedora, custom made for Michael Jackson, and on the inside it says exclusively made for Michael Jackson by the Mad Hatter. And this is a stage worn hat from the 80s. And I also have a second hat at the fair, which was custom made for Michael Jackson just for his personal use while he's going to some event or walking down the street. So there's 2 different types of hats he had.
Yeah.
This particular hat we have here, he would throw out into the audience. And then the other hat I have at the fair is kind of a higher quality because he wore it in his personal life, and he had no intention to throw it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we touch it?
Yeah,
Are we
of
allowed
course you
to?
can. Yeah, and you can have a look on the inside. There's probably some makeup marks from Michael Jackson.
Which is probably worth more.
Yeah, that always helps.
That's so cool, isn't it?
Can we get that? I wonder if
It's
can we get the shot of that actually?
Expressly, is it, for Michael Jackson? Is that what it says?
We get that shot?
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Made expressly for Michael Jackson. Wow.
That's very cool.
That
What
is
price
cool.
is that, Lawrence?
That's
try it
around
on?
10. Of course you can.
That
Yeah.
will just add more value to it today,
Of
I'm
course,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, it's just dropped in value by about
She's just halved
€4,000.
it. I love it. It's quite big, actually, and
suits you, yeah.
I've got quite a big head. That's cool.
No
What do you
comment.
think?
That's great model,
Sold.
isn't it?
Sold. Okay, we've
have to have
one
it,
last
yeah.
thing, don't we?
George
lyrics.
Michael's lyrics.
Yeah, these are interesting because they're handwritten lyrics by George Michael for Wham's first single, Wham Rap. So it's like same again, like the Lady Gaga on the cover of a magazine. The first handwritten lyrics to their first single, you can't really get
Yeah.
any better than that.
To me, that is unbelievably
so cool, isn't
Yeah.
it?
You know, the garments are something they might have worn, for a day, thrown away. But these are lyrics.
This is the music.
Yeah.
Like, these are the actual draft lyrics by George Michael. So see, he sat down, wrote these lyrics, and you can see there's some lines crossed out and
Yeah.
corrections made. So you can kind of really, it's a real tangible piece of George Michael memorabilia. So
And in the area of music memorabilia, is that kind of thing the Holy Grail?
yeah, handwritten lyrics or guitars used to write a specific song. So stuff that, pieces that really get close to the artist and the music, Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
it is. It's so authentic, isn't it? You can
Yeah.
see him sitting,
Brilliant. Yeah, you can
thinking about
Yeah.
it. It's
just,
like a
just
rough
a couple
draft.
of pages of
Yeah,
foolscap.
exactly. Yeah, it's just a foolscap page. Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's 20 grand if you want that. Simon
that's your
started bidding at
highest.
€25 earlier, by the way. 30 if you want to
30
30.
quid now.
30.
30 quid. Lawrence still isn't biting Simon. The RDS, the Antique Dealers Fair today and tomorrow.
Exactly.
Get along for a nosy
Brilliant.
anyway.
And
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
at the Pop
Thanks, Lawrence.
Icon stand.
That's it.
Brilliant.
Great
Thanks,
stuff.
Lawrence.
Thanks, Lawrence.